What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Welcome back to another daily news video on game week. It's game week, finally. I'm gonna say finally. It's good that football's back. Maybe not that much looking forward to seeing us play in general. Let's see. Maybe we will be surprised. But it's game week, and that's good because the transfer window is. There's not much to talk about. If we're being completely honest, if you look at the big picture, we talked 3 months about actually nothing. And somebody left a comment the last day saying that the live shows are not, how do you want to say that? Like, they're not going off topic. And I start the video by saying there's not a lot of news. I'm being honest. Like, I can say there's a lot of news, read the news, and at the end of the video, you can look at me and say, well, actually, there's no news. Like, that's the reality of our transfer window. So if you want lies, you can get that, I don't know, somewhere else, I guess. But there is not happening much. That's why it's good the season is back, because it is what it is. Like, we need to deal with our situation, and it's not the best of situation. But there is a new story out there, Chiesa, that we are going to discuss, as well as some Kostic rumors, some other rumors that popped up today in the last days of the transfer window. But before we do that, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. The podcast is finally back. So tomorrow there will be a podcast with me and Julian out. So stay tuned for that as well. And there will be some different type of shows coming your way this season. So also stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's dive into today's news. Okay, so the big news story is Chiesa. It's from Giovanni Albanese, and you might say it's a complete lie. I don't think it's a complete lie. I will start off by saying that. I don't think it's a complete lie. Is he a very good journalist regarding transfer news? No. It's a fact. Like, he's not good when it's kind of lower tier news, lower tier players. Then you can trust him. If it's big things, he's not good. He's not good. But the news is not surprising. For one part of the news story, it's not surprising. The other part of the news story is surprising. But I'll read it out first. So he's saying PSG are seriously considering to sign Federico Chiesa as a possible Neymar replacement. A move could happen soon. The Bianconeri want 50 to 60 mil to sell him. Chiesa's contract expires in 25. The renewal is far away to different visions between the request and the offer. But in the project that's being born, if he stays, he would still be one of the main references on the field. Now, this is a classic, it could not happen from Giovanni Albanese. Like, he says a lot, but he says actually nothing. The first part of the story is, are PSG in for him? I will be shocked. I can be completely wrong, but I will be shocked. They kept Mbappe, they signed Ramos, they got Dembele. I will be absolutely surprised if they are going to splash that type of money on Chiesa. I would actually be surprised, because I think that backline and the midfield needs some more work rather than what they have up top. That's just my opinion. And considering they're letting Messi go, they're letting Neymar go, I'm assuming the next big thing they want to do, because they got Ramos and Dembele, shore up that backline or do something in midfield. That's what I'm thinking personally. So I'm not really sure that PSG are actually going to be in for Chiesa. Would they take Chiesa? Yes, but I think personally they have some other priorities. So that's the first part of the story. The second part of the story is, if it's PSG, you can ask for more than 50 million. That's that. But the second part of the story, in my opinion, is the worrying part. These rumors, like, if it happens, if an offer comes in, we should be very worried, because it's not that it's the 15th or the 14th, let's say the 15th now, of August, that the club will say, you know what, season is around the corner, literally this week, we're not going to sell Chiesa, because then we have a big issue. The club is in a completely different situation. If that offer comes in, they will sell Chiesa. That offer can come in the 28th of August, they will sell Chiesa, because they need the money. And that's a big problem, because I've said it many times. If Chiesa's out of that team, we are in trouble, in terms of there's nobody out there that you can say, oh, he's unpredictable, he's going to resolve the game in a minute. You have nobody on the right. Vlahovic is not that type of player. Keane, Milik, they're not those type of players. Last season you had Di Maria. It didn't work out in the grand scheme of things, but you still had a player like Di Maria on the other side. Should Chiesa be out, you still had the feeling that, okay, it's Di Maria out there. You don't have that as Chiesa if Chiesa's out, you know? And the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh boy, they will accept it and you will get, not Zaniolo because he's going Aston Villa, but you get Berardi, you know? So the fact that those stories are out there are a bit worrying. And it's not because it's Giovanni Albanese that I'm say like you can say it's bullshit. It could be, but you shouldn't be shocked or surprised if that comes in because if Vlahovic is not going and an offer comes in for somebody else, we will sell. The club will sell. They will probably sell 10 minutes before the deadline. They will do it because they need that money. And if they don't do it now, then next summer they will let players go. Like it's just a domino effect at this point. The contract situation, I think that news story already came out that Chiesa or his agent came out and said, "There's bullshit. We're not asking for a lot of money. That's not what is happening. That's not the case at all." To be honest, I've never besides 2 months ago when that story came out, up to this point, all those stories got denied that he's asking for like 8 or 9 million. Like those stories were deemed not true. Now, if he's having a fantastic season this season and 1 year left on his contract, then things can become sticky. So the club needs to see what is possible. The issue, like if this happened at the early start of the window and you sold him, I would still be shocked. I would still be disappointed, but you could have worked your way around it. Now you're in a situation that if that offer comes in and you're going to accept it, what are you going to do? And if you're not going to accept it, what are you going to do mid-season? Because you need to pin him down to a new contract. You need to do that. So it's a weird situation. I believe, and I can be completely wrong, I think he's going to stay. I still think they're hoping to move on Vlahovic with that Lukaku thing. I still believe, they believe that's what's going to be the case. But if Chiesa leaves at the end of the day, I wouldn't be shocked. I also wouldn't be shocked if, I would be kind of surprised because I don't think that's what PSG needs and how they're operating in this transfer window. So I wouldn't be surprised in that sense, but I would kind of be surprised in terms of, man, you kept Mbappe, or you're going to keep Mbappe, a new deal, whatever. You have Ramos, you have Dembele. Wow, okay, I didn't kind of expect that in that sense. But stories out there, so we need to debate it because we were waiting all summer, basically. Is that offer coming in for Chiesa? Is it Vlahovic? I remember 2 months on this channel and everybody was saying it's going to be Chiesa, and then it flipped, it's going to be Vlahovic. And then it was a bit Bremer. And it's halfway August, and all three of them are still here, and that's why we're selling Rovella and all those things, But let's see, I guess. But you cannot lose Chiesa. If you get me a good replacement, and I'm not throwing out names, I can deal with it. But you're not gonna get one, And especially forget about the money. Just this late in the window, it's not gonna happen. So that better not happen because I think you're not making top four with Chiesa. You need to make top four with this squad, no excuses. But if Chiesa's out of that squad, you're not going to make top four at all. I don't think you have a shot. If you see what the other teams can put up there, and we will do predictions on this channel and a podcast in September when the window is closed. I think that's fair. But, I think Milan are further ahead. Napoli, obviously, because they won it. Inter, obviously, they're better. They are better. I think Milan are better. I think Napoli are better. And, you should be finishing above Roma and Lazio without an issue, in my opinion, because it's unacceptable if you don't. But if you lose Chiesa, yeah, Roma have a better thing going on there. So forget about Lazio. We're talking about top four here because that's a bare minimum. They have a better thing going on. They have stability and whatever you want to call it. So it's a sicky situation. It's something to look out for, not forward. But yeah, that's basically the main topic. There's some Kostic updates, or updates. It's Nottingham Forest. That's the team who wants Kostic, and we want between 15 and 20 million, but there's no offer. It's just an idea. So let's see how that will develop, I think. The Berardi thing, some sources are saying it's not really true. Giovanni, Suor Italia, Pedula, they're really pushing it. I think we just need to wait and see at this point what's actually through, what's actually fake, and what's actually actually real news. But yeah, a lot of question marks heading into, obviously tomorrow, but heading into Sunday where we play Udinese away. First game of the season. And yeah, man, It's close. I think everybody remembers when I said like, man, it's a month before the players are back in training and nothing happened. And then when they were in training, I'm like, damn. Basically, in a month's time, we are in game week, and here we are. It's game week, and I don't think like, if I need to make a poll on the next live, I think like 75% of people say we're not confident. But let's see how that will go. That's it for this daily. Tomorrow, podcast with me and Julian will drop. So there will be no live. I'm gonna record a podcast with Julian. We'll be back live tomorrow. That will happen in the evening, and then yeah, the rest of the week is gonna be more match day related, unless we have some real solid breaking transfer news, obviously. But that's it for today for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that bell notification, and we will see you back tomorrow. Ciao.